right now is in their winter arc, and I am no exception. I am all about locking in and laying down the foundations so that I am the best version of myself come the first day of the new year. None of this New Year's resolutions, BS. I'm trying to get ahead of the game. And while this trend of winter arc has just come around recently, I have been doing this for the last few years. So I'm about to break down all of my favorite tips on how you can take advantage of the last few months of 2024 so that you have already made significant progress by the time 2025 arrives. I am the biggest believer in using the last 3 months of the year to start experimenting, trying new things, trying to get ahead because you've got nothing to lose. If you make a mistake, if you fail, if you fall down, if you realize you're about to go down a path that actually just is not meant for you, it doesn't matter because we're still in this year. And while everybody else is out here slowing down, taking time off, which by the way, nothing wrong with that, but I know you're watching my channel for a reason, which means you're a self-obsessed girly. And you're heavily into your self-development, which means you're all about meeting your maximum potential. Why wouldn't you want to try and take all of the risks you can now? Because when January comes, we want to have the routine set and in lock. So now is the time to experiment with it, try a bunch of new things and figure out what works for you so that when January comes, you're already making progress. Every single day you're getting closer to where you want to be. Okay, now let's break down how you are gonna have the most productive and successful winter arc. Step number 1 is to define who you want to be. It is all fun and games saying, I wanna be better, I wanna have a glow up, I wanna be confident, I wanna look cute, I wanna have self-love. All of those things can mean so many different things to so many different people. You need to be so specific and so clear about the version of yourself you want to level up into. I used to make the same mistake. I was like, in the new year, I want to talk to new people, I want to network, I want to be confident. And then it always fell through because I was never clear enough about what that type of person looked like. And I'm going to use an example from a business person's perspective. It is very common practice and very common, popular, effective business advice that when you are starting a company, a brand, one of the best things you can do is to create a consumer portfolio. What this means is you are going to draw out a stick figure on a piece of paper and you are going to think of every single trait that defines your ideal customer. Not only am I talking gender, age, interests, but where do they live? What is their mindset? What are their aspirations? What do they value? How do they spend their free times? How do they spend their mornings? What do they want more of in their life? Or how do they spend their weekends? Who do they surround themselves with? Everything. And you answer all of these questions. And what that means is you understand that person to such a specific detail that you know exactly how to cater to them. And essentially, we're just gonna do that for our own self-development journey. So what I did a few years ago, which absolutely leveled up the game for me, was I just opened up my notes app. You can get out a piece of paper and you're gonna write down a bunch of headings or a bunch of questions. This could be literally anything. Some of the examples that I used was, how does she spend her weekends? Who does she spend her time with? What does she spend her money on? And then under every single question, you wanna bullet point the answers. And then afterwards, you're gonna take a step back and you are gonna have such a specific vision of the ideal version of you that you are gonna have so many answers and so much inspiration about what next steps you need to take to be able to bring that future ideal version of yourself into your current reality, to have the two of you meet and essentially you meet all of those goals of becoming her. And I found that that is the most efficient way to identity switch, because remember, you can say all you want, I wanna be confident, I wanna be better, I wanna be cuter, but if you just continue to live your life in the same way that you have been, how are you ever gonna get those brand new results? It's by getting in the mind of the woman who is living your dream life and then implementing those steps, that mindset, that lifestyle, the hours in which she spends doing whatever activity she does, that will actually ensure that you achieve the results that you desire. This isn't about you setting goals and then just continuing to be the same person that you were all year round, okay? If you can identify all year round, I was running from pain. I did not set boundaries. We're gonna lock in now, okay? We're gonna focus in on our own journey and we're gonna stop entertaining people that do not serve us. We're gonna speak up when something doesn't align with where we wanna be so that we can finally take control of our reality. We are gonna start doing and making all of the decisions and fulfilling all of the actions that we refuse to do thus far in the year, because maybe, just maybe, they represent the gap as to why we aren't living our dream reality yet. Step number 2 to locking in on your winter arc is that organization is everything. I will die on this hill. I honestly contribute majority of my productivity and my success to my organization, to my to-do list, to my systems, and I'm gonna teach you how. So At a very, very basic level, we all have calendars in which we write down what events we have, where we need to go. Now, there are so many different calendar apps in which you can color code every single area of your life. So what I did was I set up different calendars within the app, and I put like social is my blue calendar, personal is pink, work is purple, YouTube channel number 1 is green, YouTube channel number 2 is orange, podcast is yellow. And then visually, I can see how many hours and how much time I am allocating to each area of my life. Because then if I look back at my goals, if I look back at that ideal version of myself and how she spends her time, and then all I have to do is glance at my calendar and how it's colored, I can start to see, does this align? Is my social life taking up majority of my time, or my personal tasks or errands over the goals that I set, which is grow the podcast, and yet it's barely there, or I barely have time. And then already you start to figure out how you can rejig that to make sure that your time is beneficial. Then going one more step beyond that, but still I think this is a very basic level, I think to-do lists, top tier. Love a basic notepad, a notes app on your phone. I personally love the apps Habit and Structured, which is where you have these daily to-do lists and you time block everything. I will never, never, never put tasks in my calendar or try to plan my day without allocating the time in which I need to get it done. By saying 90 minutes for this, 2 hours for this, 30 minutes for this, you have a deadline and then you have a task that follows, which means you need to stay on that schedule. And that's how I personally have mastered time management, and now I get more things done. Now, this is why we're going to take it even a step further, because I think most people do those steps. So while you're setting up your to-do list, your habit app, your calendar, you should already have a list of your goals, right? Now, those goals also need to be super specific. Like, what time does the ideal version of yourself wake up in the morning? How many hours of sleep does she get at night? And then of course, when you have the answers to that, you're going to start putting that into your to-do list, into your calendars. I want to start waking up at 6 a.m. every day or 8 a.m. every day. So then you start scheduling that. But when you're thinking about this, it's not about, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. because that's what all the productivity gurus do, so that's what I'm going to do. Guys, I don't even wake up at 6 a.m. It's about figuring out what is most optimal for you, depending on your schedule and your goals, because that is going to look different for so many people. You can have the goal all you want, but you're gonna fall inconsistent when you don't really know where that fits into your day. And this is why I think winter arc is so good, because this is the time where you start experimenting with your routine. I have tried so many different things that I have a varying routine every single day, which actually helps me be consistent because I know I'm in a different mood or a different headspace every day. So for example, Mondays, I work from home, I'm never on camera, I go to the gym first thing in the morning, 7, 8 a.m. Tuesdays, I film a bunch of content. From the second I wake up, I know I am go, 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 lights, camera, action. I don't want to think about the gym until the last moment in the day. Today is Tuesday. I'm filming this video. It's currently 9 p.m. and I will not be working out until after I finish this because I know that's the way my brain and my routine works so that I can get everything else done first. And then also with organization, we have to consider every single area of our life. So this isn't just about your productivity habits. I'm talking even social life. We love to say, I'm going to have a work-life balance, I'm going to like watch Netflix in the evening, whatever. But when do we schedule that in? We need to be thinking way in advance because it's so normal for every single person to get so consumed by their daily to-do list that they forget all of the other things they said they were going to do and that they wanted to do. So an idea with this, if you want to have a work-life balance, is have an accountability partner. Do it with your romantic partner, do it with your friendship group and say, hey, on the 25th of every single month, we're going to do one big friendship plan. That means not only do you have a reward and something to look forward to every single month and something that ensures you're actually living and experiencing new things in life, but now you're finally ticking off the goal of having a work-life balance without having to worry about it every day, without having to be consumed by it. You have the set date, you have people that are going to be there for you, making sure that you're doing it. It's already kind of done and dusted because you've planned it in. Another example of organization is that your goal or your ideal self for the new year is super, super healthy. So a few years ago, I started this when I was in university. I had a grocery list in my phone, made a short, quick meal plan, organize those ingredients according to each aisle in the supermarket. That's so extra, I know, but that's just the way that my brain works. And just like that, every single week I was doing my weekly food shop and I didn't have to think about, oh, I need to eat healthy because I had everything I needed to pick up right there and then. Now my routine is a little bit different. I actually don't grocery shop at all because I'm busy, but I also want to be healthy. So I signed up to a meal delivery service where they send me protein-rich, high vegetable meals that I just heat up in the microwave for 2 minutes and then I'm eating healthily and I never have to worry about it. Step number 3 is to stop waiting until you feel like it because speed is everything. Now, stay with me here because what I'm gonna say is a little bit harsh, but the only reason I'm saying it is because it's something I say to myself that truly gets me through my slumps and my hard times and just keeps me like consistent and disciplined on my journey. And that's the fact that yes, speed is everything. And while you are just contemplating the idea, waiting to be ready, waiting to be prepared, waiting to have all the knowledge, waiting to get rid of the imposter syndrome, somebody else already thought of it, executed it, succeeded at it. And this isn't to say that you need to be in competition with anybody else. This is to show you that there is no period of time that you have to wait before you can finally achieve your dreams and live your dream life. Because if everybody else is out here doing it so rapidly, why can't you? Why can't you also receive those blessings and that abundance? There is no better thing that is going to give you all of the skills and all the knowledge and the confidence that you need than just doing the task, starting imperfectly, and then gaining all of the knowledge because now you're already on the journey. There is nothing that you can learn by preventing yourself from actually starting. So let's reframe. Let's move away from I need 6 months, I need a year, and let's half it. You do not need to meet the time frame. But let me tell you, by shortening it, yes, okay, you might fall short, you might succeed. But even if you fall short, you are still so many steps ahead from where you would have been otherwise if you thought realistically, or if you gave yourself a longer time period because you don't feel like you're ready. No one feels like they're ready. You know why? Because our nervous system is programmed in a way to give us these feelings of nerves and anxiety when we are embarking on journeys and in rooms and events and with people that we have never been with before, that we have never met before. We can't help it. That's so normal. That is not a determiner of how ready we are for something or how deserving we are of something. That is simply the way our body reacts because it cannot predict an outcome because it's never been there before. And thank God, you shouldn't have been there before. That's how you grow, that's how you adapt, that's how you learn new knowledge. So let's stop waiting until we feel like it and let's take some actions today. Examples of this not only are start the business, set up the website, start the side hustle, start training for the marathon, but challenges I absolutely love. Right now during my winter arc, I've done something that I've never done before, which is that I'm actually doing the 75 hard challenge. That's when you work out twice a day, you need to drink a gallon of water every single day, you read 10 pages of a non-fiction book, and you take a progress picture every single day, and you stick to a diet. And you have to do all of those steps every single day, no skips, for 75 days straight. And while yes, doing all of those things can contribute to like better fitness or like a glow up in me, truly it's about cutting out all the BS, not waiting until I'm ready, and just taking action right now and just seeing what happens. So it could be 75 hard, it could be 75 soft. You could build your own challenge. You could do just 1 month and you make your own rules according to what your personal goals are. I actually think that's probably the best way to do it. And remember, it takes around a month to create a new habit. So you're gonna do this for 1 month. Before Christmas, you could be an entirely new person. And all because you decided to start today. Step number 4 to leveling up before 2025 is a super important one. And this is you need to create the right belief system. When you are choosing to believe bad things, or to feel like you deserve bad things, or that you're unlucky, or that life is unfair, and that bad things are going to happen, your brain is wired in a way that it is now going to look for things, for situations, to then prove that belief that you have to be true. And it does this to resolve any cognitive dissonance. And that is why creating the right belief system is so important, because you can put in all of the work, but if you're not thinking right, if you don't have the right perception of yourself, your abilities, your life, what you can achieve, you're always going to shoot yourself in the foot. You are going to be so helpless and self-sabotaging because your brain isn't even working in accordance with you. Your brain isn't even trying to get you your dream life because you're not letting it. The way you view yourself so powerfully impacts your habits, your decisions, your life, your mindset, your thoughts, the emotions you experience every day, and how much you believe in yourself. So if you're thinking things and just letting your mind run wild with, well, I'm not disciplined and I can't be consistent and I don't feel motivated, while all of those things may very well be true, if you are choosing to focus them and pour more attention into them and obsess over the fact that that is your reality now, those thoughts will continuously then hold you back by not only lowering your belief in yourself and your self-esteem, but then your brain influencing you to take on actions that prove all of those beliefs to be right, which look like procrastinating, perfectionism, fear of failure, so then you don't start anything. And remember, feeling inconsistent and not feeling motivated are all very normal human responses. This isn't about making sure that you never feel that way again. This is about just letting the thought pass by. Not pouring so much focus and attention on it to the point that now it's forming your identity and how you feel about yourself and kind of creating this answer that now you can't get anything. So to level up, you need to create new thoughts and a new belief system that aligns with the person that you want to become and the life that you want to live. And so the key to doing this is by replacing those harmful, negative thoughts with ones that actually benefit and uplift you. So if you are having a bit of a slow, slumpish day, instead of doing the natural thing of thinking I'm so lazy and I can't get anything done, you're gonna think I'm not quite where I need to be in terms of my energy levels, but I am still a consistent, disciplined, and determined person who will achieve my goals, and I am allowed rest. I am allowed to slow down because I am just a human being with different varying energy levels every single day, and I get to honor that. Your mind is so powerful, and the more that you feed it with positive, uplifting affirmations, the easier it's going to be to get on with your dream life. It's just a simple switch like that where you start to be a little bit more kinder and caring to yourself, which will then empower you to be more consistent on your journey because you feel better about yourself. Think about it from an outsider's point of view, right? Let's say your parents or your friends or your romantic partner, every single time you made a mistake in your business or in your work or in your studies, they were like, I can't believe you did that. You're so inconsistent. You're so terrible. That regular negativity from them is going to keep tearing you down. So why do you think it's okay to say that to yourself and think that you're not going to have the same effects? Because you will. This isn't about lying to yourself about your areas for improvement or ignoring your areas of weakness. This is simply about not shaming yourself for being an imperfect, flawed human being, because we all are. And the final step to locking in on your winter arc and leveling up before 2025 is to shift your mindset from I have to I get to. And the reason this is so important is because this is what breeds consistency. And consistency is the key to many people's success, no matter what your industry is, no matter what you're trying to work towards. If you are showing up and doing the thing that you said you were gonna do as consistently as possible, you are going to succeed. And I really think that people overcomplicate this. I think inconsistency happens when we lose gratitude for what we do. And I'm gonna be so for real, I do this too. And I caught myself doing it in the shower this morning. I started fixating on, but I'm really tired and I'm in my luteal phase and I don't really feel like doing this. All things that are still true. 9 p.m. guys. All things are still true, okay? I don't feel like it today. I'm not motivated today. I'm like, oh, why can't I just, relax? I don't really want to do this. And I caught myself thinking about that in my shower this morning. The first thing I do in my day, right? And I'm a big believer that whatever you're thinking for the first moment of your day can heavily influence how you're gonna feel for the rest of your day. And I caught myself thinking like that and I was like, no, snap out of it. While all of those thoughts are true and absolutely okay, by the way, to feel that way, we are simply gonna shift our focus away from this negativity because all that's gonna do is it's gonna pull you down and it's going to make you feel ungrateful and it's going to just make you dread doing all of your tasks. So instead, let's focus on all of the things that you get to do. Let's reframe it. It's not, oh my God, I have to do 6 hours of work today and I have to be in front of the cameras and I'm just not quite feeling it and all I want to do is like sit in bed and relax and take a day off and all I have to do is work all the time. No. I get to influence other people in a positive way. I get to share the lessons that I wish I knew at an earlier age. I get to fulfill my creative hobbies and pursuits and passions. I get to get one step closer to my goals by putting in the actions and the work today. I am so excited. I get to develop my discipline and my consistency and my mindset in showing up today, even though I feel low. What a privilege. Look how much I gain, no matter if I'm not my 100% best self today. And it's that mindset right there that had me showing up regardless, and that has me filming at 9 o'clock at night. It's all about reframing your mindset and really building up that gratitude. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below, what did you enjoy? What was your favorite piece of advice? What you're gonna implement? And most importantly, be sure to check out all of the videos that I have put out before around vision boarding, around leveling up. I actually did one 6 months ago this summer about how to spend the last 6 months of the year. Once again, all of those videos have different pieces of advice, nothing that's been said in this video. So if you're craving that little extra push, I definitely recommend you should go and give it a watch. That's all for now, but I will see you same time next week on Friday. I appreciate you guys so much and I'll see you next time. Bye.